Hello, Nachikita and my fellow level realmers. I want to go over a few things that last night and maybe persuade. I don't really want to persuade. I just want to show you some of the stuff. Um, Not really prepared for it, but kept the show going for a little bit longer, get some content in there. But I want to give you kind of a maybe a at home version of what I can see, at least that you can see in areas that you may or may have not been in. But first off, I want to show this here that at least this this is so important to start off with this statement from you, and this is a huge step forward in what we're trying, like, well, figuring out this place. But this statement from you, mwah, good start.
Okay, let me just make one thing clear. I'm not 100% sure about all mountains are mountain buildings. That's one thing, but I do think that there is something to be said about mountain buildings. Okay, like bricks and stuff like that, like how they are deformed and they like popping like popcorn and stuff like that. That is something. There's something happening there.
Awesome. This is that you see it, that you can at least see that there are damage somewhere in some structures here. But first thing I bring up, I like talking about this. This is something that gets all of us here. This quote from William Casey, CIA director: "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false." So everything that you believe, not having, like, you have to kind of have faith and belief. Like, you're not sure. There's a difference between knowing and having belief in something. So this is a huge thing, because if you believe something, it's most likely false. Like, if there's a hint of doubt in it, or that there's somewhere it can be proven wrong or something or whatever, that there's a question, it's wrong. And some other things, like there is trickery going on. I mean, pretty much everyone's been to the 12-year government indoctrination camps. Some of us, including me, we wanted a little bit more. I wanted to play some college baseball, so I got a little bit a better dose than everyone else that didn't go to college. But here, I want to start off in this area. So you said you lived around here for 10 years here in India and Nepal. So I want to start off with this area first. See if I hit it first. There it is. Okay. I don't know the names of these places or anything like that. I'm just I've looked around a little bit. So I wanted to get somewhere that was close to you, or somewhere that you have maybe seen. Like, this is in the Himalayan mountains, but it's on the other side. Like, it's on the desert side, not on the green side. So I'm not sure if you're there or sure if you can get there, but we're going to check out this picture first. And we look at these. Okay. Did someone carve this? It doesn't look carved, right? Like, they did a terrible job. But it looks awfully familiar to the same color and same kind of thing going on back here, going on back here, going on back here. And then looks like there's some kind of runoff going off here. So, but we take another look around, and I don't know. This is questionable. I don't know, questionable. Okay, but I mean, this. What is this? What is this? And I'm gonna come back to this in a little bit. But going on to the next one. So, um, again, in that area, in the back end of the kind of desert of the Himalayas. So, where does the building begin, and where does the mountain be? Which part of its mountain? Which part of its building? Hey, we got a little window here too. They carved that out, and I mean, it looks like it's kind of dripping, like it's hot. But then come up here a little bit more. Still stuff going on. What's this up here? Does this look like that something would be a mountain? Or does it look like what you would think a building that has been overheated look like? We can go, next one, we go to the other side. Okay, this is another picture of that. So it's not a 360, but we can get in close. What is this? What is this place? Did they carve out this stuff? This is new brick. What here? What is this? Is this a building? Is it a mountain? Is it some kind of animal dung? It's not making sense, and it doesn't look like it makes sense. Like, why? The big question is this: is why would we ever build like this? That's ridiculous. Why would we build like this? Are the people there? I mean, one, are the people that are still there talented enough to build into a mountain? It's hilarious. Like that, it doesn't work. Okay, I don't think the people that are left there are still able to build like this. And then now we're moving on here. So another thing. So if we're on that hey, those right there kind of look similar to those right there, right? They look very similar. Yeah? They're probably way bigger, but oh, yeah, look. Two nice little so-called caves. And again, all this has like a flow coming down. Oh, it's the water, the water. Man, it's a desert. There's not much green going on. Nothing's growing on this place. Like I don't, it could rain a lot there. I'm not sure. But I mean, this is the same thing as this. Like that here is the same thing as this. So we move on to the next one. What's going on here? This looks clearly man-made. But how? Is this the same wall as this? Is this? Like, this is a right angle, right? I don't think nature makes right angles. Maybe somebody came along and put stones in here. I don't know. But the same thing over here, same stuff. Same stuff going on. This is all in a country that you lived in. Like, look at this. Did someone come along and build this? Like, is this ruins? Like, what's going on here? Go on to the next one here. Same thing. Like, when is it building and when is it mountain? These are just naturally forming holes and not maybe windows. Windows or arches that got blown out by heat. It's not suspicious to me, but it should raise the question here of what are these? What are these? Like, and you see, not sure if that was made after or not. So we can't question that one. But again, look. It just doesn't seem like it's something that's naturally forming. Like, this is something that looked like it got super hot, melted in butter, and just kind of dripped down, spuged out here, just like something was going on in your microwave or something. All right, moving on to the next one. Yeah. So look at this one. Okay. Zoom in. At what point is this building? Rock? Mountain? Why would you build like this? that you had to build on top of a rock. That it's silly. That's silly. Like it should, red flags come up when you go, hey, we're built. Like, who's gonna go there? Hey, like, this is a really good idea. Let's build on top of this rock. Let's make it so unbelievably like stable. That makes no sense. So this, what you said before, some kind of a balloon rocking here. At what point, again, is it not balloon rocking and it's some kind of structure all the way up? All the way up. Because this right here is the same as stuff as this. Same stuff. So these, oh man, these look super familiar, right? These look really, really familiar. Oh, let's go back. They kind of look like that, right? Super interesting, right? Same thing. Same. I don't know. That's pretty close. Pretty close. Then, oh, let's look at this. Kind of close to that too. Kind of close to that too. And then you get things that look like the stone, okay? This thing, all right? Which is not really some kind of stone, maybe some polymer mix, concrete forms poured like this. And after the event, made it look like this. The problem with this one is, this isn't in Nepal. This one is Las Vegas. I know this one. I've been there. I've had to run around this place. I did the Xterra event in Lake Las Vegas and got 3rd place. Like, I know, I've seen, and you get the people that be like, oh, it's probably some government like doing something to the screen or something or whatever. But like, the problem is that I lived this. Like, I went there. I've run around this place. I've most likely hiked up on all of this, seen this before. So I mean, there's a huge like, and this is all over the area of Las Vegas. Like, the outside of Las Vegas looks like this. And so we go further into what we see in Las Vegas. We get the same thing that was on that. Something that you would consider the stone, this, that got heat damaged and buckled out, mixed in with the brick behind it, making it look like that it might, like, this doesn't, it doesn't resemble something that looks like a building, but this does. But how close to this is this and this? And then move on to the next one here. Same thing. But now we have the holes. The windows still remain. I mean, you could take a guess and maybe that's a staircase on the way up there. I don't know. So like the actual building, more of it, it's insane. Like this is, and like, it just looks like it melted and fell over. You know, that the underneath structure is gone, so it starts tipping over while it's pretty much getting liquefied. And that's where you see all the rest of the, man, jeez. I mean, it's mangled, liquefied. Like this all got liquefied. Like, it's unrecognizable now. And depending on the temperature dictates matter, right? So if it's too hot, that it will change into a liquid and eventually a gas. but this didn't make it to that point and changed into a liquid, and furthermore cooled off really fast. That's how we get this rock. Another part of this place, the same thing. This is the same area outside of Las Vegas. But at what point, again, is this mountain or building? Mountain or building? I think I got one more here. Trying to figure out why I picked this one. Oh yeah, there we go. More of it just looking like it's dripping. And arches. I think this is Petra. Yeah, it's Petra. So like if we go around this, so we can take our time on this, and like you can just search out any place on this. And go, well, what place did they carve, and what seems to be, what is carved? We think carved is, and what is looks like it's totally damaged. Right? I mean, I don't know. It seems like most people can't see it. And I mean, what's the difference between this and that stuff over there? Not much, right? Except this remains. The remains of this you can see. The remains of these you can't see. But again, more holes, more doors or windows or arches that still survive the event. Let's see if we can get any more better. Let's go in here. Oh, that's the same place. One more quick thing. Yeah, I mean, you see the drippage that's going on. But this part of the build, like what part that they just stop carving? It's not carved. It's not carved. There was once a structure there, overheated, and this is the remains of it. I mean, it seems like it's pretty clear. Like showing you stuff that's around you, and I mean, this is just an intro of this stuff. And if you guys really, if you really want to destroy that final experiment, because they're going to come back and say, hey, they saw the 24-hour sun. It's for sure. They're going to come back and say that, and then say, hey, you got the flat earth agreed on this or whatever. And that's silly, because if you're on board on this ends that whole globe discussion. Like we can go on and talk about a rising earth, or if it I mean, it's a level realm on a torus field at like the dielectric inertia point. Like if there's a torus field, we're in that middle point. That's kind of where you live. But that's up for discussion. But to end the discussion of the ball, this does it. This ends the ball discussion. No one can deny it. Like if they actually get shown it, they can't. You can't unsee this. And this is just the begin, like a basic thing. So it seems like 300 to 600 years ago, there was an event that heated this whole place, destroyed everything. There seemed to be survivors, and a group of, we don't know what it is, took control because they're lying to you. They lied about they lied about the ball. Like, how much are you gonna believe? Like, people saying, oh, they can carbon date this stuff. Like, these are the same, like they're the same people that told you that you live on a ball, that 2 planes can knock down 3 buildings, weapons of mass destruction. The banks are too big to bail out. Like, you keep believing these people. We're gonna make your healthcare affordable. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Safe and effective. You still, those are the scientists that you're gonna believe that still that have lied to you the whole time. You're gonna believe that they're the carbon date this and all this history and nonsense. Like, the history is nonsense. Stop with the believing of the history. So, like, if you want to see further, because I I know about this. I'm probably not the best person to explain it, but if there are channels, and if you want, and the degree of how you're gonna get it. If you want the lukewarm and kind of the history debunking, especially in the United States area, this guy right here, Old World Exploration, does a really, really good job of going through cities and showing that these could not be possibly created at the time period that they told us, or even if the length of time that some of these say like that they took 1 year to build, and like they're monster buildings and stuff like that, and it's nonsense. It takes a year to like move dirt around now, so with big machines, and they're saying that in the 1800s they were building buildings like these. So this is kind of like the lukewarm, him and let's see, our melted reality, that they're gonna give it to you nicely, and I appreciate that, because this is kind of what we need. If you get further along and want a more in-depth, I would go to this guy, the Tartarian Meltdown, but we gotta X out the Tartarians because like the only evidence you could possibly think you see of them is from a map that has mountains on it, so that it's clearly after the event. So I that's part of the murky history that it shouldn't exist. I think he knows that too. If you really want a straight shooter, and give it to you, but it's gonna be harsh, Jerry, When the Buildings Cried, he's gonna give it to you. I'm gonna link all these in the description. Up to you, but this ends the ball. This ends the ball, guys. like we can go on of more of what this place is, because we're figuring out the sun and the moon, and we can continue to do that. But like once we have to end the debate about the ball, then we can move on to further topics like the more of this place, and there's a lot more. So this is a good start to figuring this out and not having to deal with stuff we are like. You're gonna get hate piece, and that this just gets rid of it. That's what it is. But yeah, hope you look into it, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks for having me on the other day, and talk to you later.